Hi. Hello, everybody. We're here and PANJ Radio, and this is In the Green Room with me, Vinny V, and Rob Bell on the engineering board there.
Yes, I am.
And we have a really good show today. We have some guests from the Society, Lambertville Society.
Historical Society.
Historical Society, yeah. I always get that wrong, you know, Rob. Wait till I get to their names. I'm gonna have
just hold the cheat sheet in front of you.
I gotta hold the cheat sheet. Yeah. So how you doing, Robbie boy? I didn't see you all week.
I'm cold.
Yeah, it is cold down here.
I'm waiting for it. Not just down here. It's cold outside too.
Yeah, it's cold.
I'm waiting for it to warm up. I'm ready for spring.
You got a long wait, bro. You got a long wait.
But listen, it's exciting to have this many people in the studio.
Yeah, it's great.
And I just want to mention we are also running live on PANJ TV as a video.
That's right.
So you can actually watch it and listen to it right now.
You're on camera. You're on candid camera. Just smile. The cameras are all around.
They're all around you. So,
so let me introduce everybody here. I'm going to use the cheat sheet because I have no brain here. Michael Mensch, right here. He is the right here, right now.
Right here.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
And he works on the fundraising for Lambertville Historical Society. We got Barry Peterson, and he is a musician.
That's correct.
That has played many songs on this CD.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And
I have a special project going with it
Yeah.
that I'm dying to tell you about.
I heard some of them. It's really nice. Yeah. Really nice. And then we have Tim Angst.
Angst. Almost.
I did it wrong?
We didn't rehearse enough.
Oh, man.
It's fine.
but he's teased a lot.
Yeah. But that's so. And let's see. Tim is a high school teacher?
No, sir. I'm at the elementary school,
Elementary school.
Lambertville Public.
Yeah. And does some really good work with the kids there. It's amazing watching the kids play and getting them into the music.
I enjoy it. It's a great relationship because I have them from now pre-kindergarten through 6th grade.
Pre-kindergarten?
Mm-hmm.
What do they play?
Well, we start pretty simple, but they play simple percussion instruments, and we get them started.
Sure.
We get them started, but it's a neat relationship to watch them grow for that many years.
Yeah. I have a 1-year-old grandson, and he hears the music and he starts dancing. He can't even walk yet, but he starts
dancing when they're young.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You just feel it in the bones and in the heart. So we're going to start with Mike.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit
about the entourage here.
So every year the Lambertville Historical Society conducts this fundraiser where we invite our local musicians to play original and traditional holiday songs. This is our 7th year, and it's turned out to be a wonderful tradition here. We've got a CD, which, by the way, features a wonderful cover art by photographer Stephen Harris of Wintry Lewis Island. We have 3 concerts, which we can talk about later, but we're going to want to invite folks to come.
Sure.
So this CD is a celebration, basically, of holiday music and community spirit. And I think if you listen to it, it'll affirm that Lambertville's a small town with a big heart.
Yeah, no, I you've been doing this for so many years,
Yep.
and I've caught it a few years, and it's really beautiful. It's really nice to hear these original music, and just people put a lot of stuff in, and especially coming from Lambertville. I don't know, there's such heart here in the musicians.
There is. I've been amazed every year at the number of original holiday songs. You think that, and it's good enough to honor and perform the traditional songs and, and the standards, but every year we have more than a handful of original songs, which are they can be funny. Some of them are wistful, and then a number of them this year are focused on social justice, which I think reflects the character of Lambertville.
Do they really? Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Well, that's what is going around these days: social justice and peace, and and Christmas is all about that.
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think,
stuff.
and holiday music, it makes you think about more than yourself, right?
Right.
You think holiday music, and you're thinking about family, but you're
Mm-hmm.
also thinking about community, and you're singing lyrics like "Peace on Earth" and "Goodwill toward men."
Right.
And when the songs are good, which they are on this CD, you feel that.
Mm-hmm.
And whether you're driving in your car or you're home on your laptop or playing your stereo, we hope that this CD, will, like the past ones, will bring that feeling and of the holidays.
How did you gather all these musicians?
Well, we send out invitations early in the year, so we get this cranking up in the springtime, and then we keep asking, and every year there are new folks. So we've got Tim this year, and LPS are newbies. We have grizzled veterans who contribute every year, like Barry and Laurie Vosberg, and wonderful musicians, and they've been with all 7 years. And then some folks can make it some years, and some can't get it together. Like the Shackers, but it's all good. And what we do, and what the audience,
Could get them in this year.
they couldn't get it together. But we got 21, the most ever.
It looked
this
like,
year.
yeah.
We'll get them next year.
Yeah, you got a long list there.
Yeah, but I wanted to tell the folks at home is that all 7 albums can be streamed free on our website, which is lambertvillehistoricalsociety.org. So if you go there and just click through and follow the links, all the albums are there. So you can enjoy all the music all the time.
That's great, especially now that you could just plug it in and put it on your stereo, whatever,
Or your phone.
on your phone, and from there you Bluetooth it anywhere, and
You got it.
you got the whole thing. That's fantastic.
And there's a wide variety of styles, as you might expect from Lambertville. There, we've got rock and roll, we've got folk, we've got country, we've got different languages. Even
That's
on this year's CD, we've got Swedish, we've got Italian.
A little Irish there, I thought.
Yeah.
I heard some of that.
And so it's again back to the character of Lambertville. It's we've got, it's an eclectic group of artists that we have, but they all come together, and we're fortunate for this annual fundraiser.
Yes. It's really cool. Really, I enjoy it, and I know, like, you listen to the same music all the time at Christmas time, but when you have something like this, it really lightens it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
Gives it a little more variety, and sounds cool. Yeah. Very nice. Yeah. So Barry, you do you write music or is
Yeah, I do, but
Yeah.
I've only ever written one Christmas song, and it was the first. It appeared on the first. It was a demo that I'd made in Nashville and tried to shop around. It was called "It Won't Be Christmas Without You," and it's a real weeper. And I had a brilliant country singer from Tennessee. He was up here with his father, living in Lambertville, and I had him sing it for me. His name was Brian Dean Moore. But that's the only original. I have done a lot of things to the tune of other songs.
Okay. Yeah.
That fit in with Christmas. For instance, when I was in, the 8th grade, there was a hit on the radio called "Happy Happy Birthday Baby."
Yeah, I remember.
And I just thought that song was sexy and jazzy. I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. And decades later, I thought that it might make a nice thing for "Merry Merry Christmas, Baby."
Oh, okay.
At the concerts, one of them anyway, I'm going to be doing with Brooks Brothers a thing called "Merry Christmas to You," which goes to the tune of "Got My Mojo Workin'." But the thing I'm most excited about is this group I've put together for every year. We call ourselves the 5 Wise Men, And we back up this young fellow named Brad Stottle, who sounds just like Daryl Hall of Hall & Oates. He's just a great, soulful, blue-eyed soul singer. And we put him to work singing Christmas carols that go to the tunes of classic Motown songs. I came across this about 6 years ago when I was going through repertoire for the Christmas season, and I had the words to Joy to the World up on my computer screen. And just out of boredom, I tried to sing Joy to the World out of the Protestant hymn book to the tune of Joy to the World by Three Dog Night, and to my amazement, it worked out syllable for syllable. Joy to the world, the Lord has come, let earth receive. And I went, oh, wow, that's great, isn't that funny? And I thought to myself, are there any more of those mashups?
Right.
And I have a folder on my hard drive that has like 250 of the greatest, lyrics to the greatest Motown hits of all time. I'm a sort of collector of lyrics.
That's great.
And so I started trolling through it, and one of the great musicians from around here is a veteran of Blood, Sweat, and Tears named Glenn McClellan. He's one of the greatest piano players you ever heard in your life. And he used to live right over here on Clinton, but now he lives out in this. He still has a Lambertville address. Toured with Smokey Robinson, and he's an old friend of mine from Princeton, New Jersey days. And I got him to back Brad singing God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen to the tune of For Once in My Life by Stevie Wonder, followed by Hark the Herald Angels Sing to the tune of You Are the Sunshine of Your Life by Stevie Wonder. And that went on the 2014 edition. And it just features astounding piano playing. And we have since done, let's see what, Oh Holy Night to the tune of Stand By Me. And Brad can really sing these.
Gee, I'd love to hear this stuff.
Oh, it's all on the records.
All
we
online.
did this year. We did What Child Is This to the tune of How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You. We did Silent Night to Up on the Roof.
Okay.
And what the neat thing about these things, I think, is that we've sung the traditional carols all. If we grew up in the Christian tradition, we sang them all our lives. And a line like "Sleep in Heavenly Peace," which is a beautiful line of lyrics. If you just sing it the way you've always sung it, it's just sort of old hat to you. But if you sing it to another tune. Sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. You hear it in a new way, you hear it newly.
Right.
And I've got a real production number lined up for We Three Kings to the tune of Please Mr. Postman. I wrote extra lyrics for that for each king.
Very cool.
And so I probably wouldn't have thought of this except for this great singer that we've got. His name is Brad Stottle. I also contribute instrumental pieces to the disc. Every year I did Ave Maria this year. Which,
yeah, I heard that.
I've never even gotten to hear the result.
Oh, no?
So, yeah. So I was going for a better one, and then I ran out of time.
Yeah.
So I had to settle for...
That's pretty good.
Take
I've
number
heard it
7.
already. It's very good.
Yeah.
Oh, have I?
Just in case you haven't.
Have you been through the whole disc?
Pretty much.
Oh, nice. Good.
I have many times.
I'll bet you have. Mike has been, well, he's the combination babysitter and quarterback of this whole thing. And like he mentioned, the process starts, what, in March?
Yep.
It would have to with all these
it would,
musicians.
and we've all got to have our stuff in by what, late October?
Usually October, yeah. And that deadline
Yeah.
doesn't quite get observed as rigorously as one might hope. But
Oh,
we,
yeah,
but
I
we
can
accommodate.
imagine that.
Like you're not looking at me when you say that.
Well, could we listen to the Brad song?
Oh, yes,
Bob,
by
since
all
we're
means.
talking about it, 'cause it's
By
just
all
so
means. This is
fabulous.
What Child Is This to the tune of How Sweet It Is to
Track
Be Loved
8,
by You.
Rob.
He's got it. He's not talking, but he's got it. Right, Rob?
Talk it up a little more while what's it called?
Track 8, What Child Is This?
What child?
What
is this?
child is this?
Sung to the tune of How Sweet
How
It Is.
sweet it is
How
to be loved by
sweet.
you, which works very nicely.
Mm-hmm. Nice. I like.
And you will enjoy this guy's voice, I know. He's just great.
He's.
Well,
Well-
we're working to pull it up. Who else played? Who else
Oh,
plays? Who are the other
I screwed up. The file format is not supported. It says.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Can you play the CD?
No, let me work on this. Talk about it a little bit more.
Oh, okay. Who else is in the Five Wise Men?
Thank you for the question. An all-star lineup. We've got J.B. Klein,
Oh, JB.
who's a legendary character
Yeah.
around here, and a fantastic guitar player with just, it's one thing to have chops, but also to have a lot of taste. And speaking of chops and taste, there's Courtney Coletti, who's from he's from Doylestown now. And he's quite a well-known musician, does real well for himself. He plays bass for us. We have a fella named Pete DeMeo playing keyboards for us, who is the off-camera voice every Monday through Friday on the Today Show on NBC. He's heard by millions of people, and every weekday, and he phones it in from a studio across the river here at 41 North Main Street.
Okay.
North Main Street. And his
What
name
show
is
is that on?
The Today Show, the NBC, the thing that Matt Lauer got fired from.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And in fact, I texted him. I said, "Are you in line for Matt Lauer's job?" But he's a good songwriter. He's a very tasteful piano player and a trained percussionist. So he's a very talented fella. And we're lucky to have him. And we have this guy named Jim Davidson, who's in the group Riverspeak.
Okay.
He and his wife Allison Brown.
Yeah, I think we've had them in our studio before.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's our percussionist.
Yeah.
So did I leave anybody out? No, there's me. I play, I bang on the 12th string.
You bang on the 12
Yeah.
string.
Yeah, for these different things.
It's always
When
fun.
we did our Silent Night, it was just me and Brad, and that came out very nice. And we record all the time in the studio in J.B. Klein's building over here on Bridge Street.
Right there.
He's got a nice studio down there and a very talented engineer.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Mr. John, he's the engineer?
His name is Joe Hosey.
Oh, Joe
and
Hosey,
He's very, very talented engineer. So I'm real proud of it. And when I get, I don't know, where I'm shooting for 10 of these. I've got like 12, but 2 of them don't really float my boat. Deck the Halls to the tune of, Don't Worry, Be Happy.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Goes
a lot.
very nice. But Angels We Have
Deck the
Heard on
Halls.
High to the tune of Dancing in the Street didn't quite make it.
Happy, deck the halls with. I don't know how you
Deck
did that.
the halls with boughs of holly. 'Tis the season. I'm not going to sing it, but I want. I
got
know
the
somebody
idea.
who can.
I got the idea. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, be merry.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Fa la 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 la
Yeah.
la la.
Like it.
We might do that next year.
Yeah. All right. Be listening for it.
Well,
That's great.
while Rob is firing up the music, can I tell you about the concerts?
I don't see why not.
So this Sunday, December 2nd, at the Elks Lodge on Wilson Street in Lambertville, we've got 10 of the 21 acts from 2 to
Wow.
4:30. So it's a suggested donation of $5. The Elks Lodge does have a bar for those interested, but very kid-friendly.
Yes.
You can
Free munchies.
free munchies. I can't guarantee that.
Oh,
We've had them.
we've always had them in the
Yeah,
past.
we have. Don't know if that's happening this year, but you can come and go whenever you want. So you don't need to arrive at 2. You can arrive at 3. But we've got rock groups. We've got folk. We've got Barry. We've just got a whole range, and that's the launch concert. Again, that's this Sunday, the 2nd, from 2 to 4:30 at the Elks, and then we've got 2 more concerts.
Doesn't sound like enough time. 2 to 4 there with 10 bands.
2 to 4:30. They each play.
It'll run a little late.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Each group plays three songs usually. They play a holiday song. They're
Okay, got it.
mostly holiday, and
That's as it should be.
And the other 2 concerts, and then we can play Barry's track. But the other 2 are we've got a Wednesday night gig at Havana in New Hope.
That's pretty cool.
Which is a great place.
Yeah, it is.
Got we've got the
Nice.
bar.
Yeah.
We've got a restaurant, and it's from 8 to 10:15 on Wednesday, December 12th. And we've got different groups there. So different venue. It's spacious, kickback. And then the last concert is at the Birdhouse Center for the Arts here in Lambertville on Main Street. It's a tiny, intimate place.
Yeah.
This just a great community kind of
It's a
event.
great community center.
Every year.
very
So
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah.
so the Havana concert is hosted by Pat Foran. That gig, he does a Wednesday night gig
That's
there.
what I was
But the
saying.
Birdhouse Center is, of course, the proprietors are Bronwyn Bird and Justin Nawn, and they host us graciously every year. And the acoustics are great. You got to come early though. So that's December 19th, Wednesday, and that starts at 7:30. Tim will be playing with the Lambertville Public School chorus. There'll be another kids group there, the not just nickel harpa orchestra from the Birdhouse Center, and then there'll be, of course, a whole array of other performers. So I can't say enough about these concerts. If you come to just one of them for a little while, you will be absolutely filled with spirit.
It sounds like it.
And all of them, again, it's
Absolutely.
just suggested donation of $5. That's the cost.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
$5.
And the 5 wise men will be at the
And the 5 wise
Birdhouse
men
one.
are going to be at the Birdhouse Center. Yeah.
Oh,
That's the only one we'll do, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be doing the Elks myself, and I'll be doing stuff with Brooks Brothers.
Well, Rob's
All
given
right.
us the high sign, so
yeah,
we can
go
go
for
for
it.
the.
Oh, neat.
Sorry about that live radio, so
Yeah, it's
but we
okay.
got it together, so we can play it now. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What child is this? What child is this? What child is this? What child is this? What child is this who unto us is born? What child is this who laid to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping? Who mangers greet with anthems sweet while shepherds watch are keeping? This is Christ the King whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to sing his praise. The babe, the Son of Mary. What child is this who unto us is born? While I see in such mean estate where oxen ass are feeding, good Christians fear for sinners here. The silent world is bleeding. Raise, raise the song on high. The Virgin sings her lullaby. Joy, joy, for Christ is born. The babe, the Son of Mary. What child is this who unto us is born? What child is this? What child is this? What child is this who unto us is born? Come, peasant king, come as you were. Haste, haste, kill the bass. The bass. Jesus is born. What child is this? What child is this? What child is this? What child is this?
What child
What
is this?
child is this?
All I can tell you is it's not mine.
What child is this? What child is this?
Shut up.
What child is this? What child is this? What child is this? What child is this?
Thing at the end, it wasn't up enough in the mix, I'm afraid. It was a little joke. Their whole carol's
Well,
based on the
sounds
fact
like-
that Joseph was jealous and bent out of shape because he hadn't anything to do with Mary's pregnancy. In fact, Joan Baez had a beautiful thing in her early career called The Cherry Tree Carol about Joseph and how bent out of shape he was. So there, in the little joke, which you can't quite hear, you hear Joseph saying, "What child is this? All I can say is he's not mine."
That's right.
And then you hear this peal of thunder, and God says, "Joseph, shut up."
Nah.
And at this point, my lovely friend Jane and I have to get out of here. We have a previous engagement.
That's very nice for you. Nice for you to
Well,
join
I'm
us.
always willing to
Join
support
us.
Mike because all of the hard work he does.
Well, we
is,
also wanted to say
big
something.
pain.
Today is Barry's birthday.
Oh, yes,
Hey,
So we wanted to
that's
say
right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Pleasure meeting you.
It's
It's
a
a
pleasure.
really neat, really.
And
Jim,
as he exits, we could.
I'm looking forward to hearing your group.
We could
I
play
used to
Ave
teach
Maria.
school
Yeah.
quite a long time ago, back in the early 70s. But that's when they hired me because they needed a glee club.
Ah,
I've been around
Barry,
the
your
block
headsets.
once or
Yeah.
twice, yeah.
the other way. The other way.
Thanks,
Without
Barry. We're gonna
taking my
we're gonna listen to
headset
Ave
off.
Maria as you leave.
Oh, all right,
So-
well, swell. I can do that.
And we'll see you this. We'll see you this Sunday at the Elks.
Yes. It's coming right up.
Rob, are you able to play track 14?
I'm working on
Are you
it.
working on
Yeah.
it? Okay, sorry.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
So
Keep talking.
keep talking. Yeah. So
Barry, are you dining locally?
Jane is taking me for my birthday to the Black Bass.
Very nice. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
We have a 6 o'clock.
Just up the
reservation.
river.
Oh, yeah. One of our
up the
favorite
river,
places.
up the lazy river.
Here you go.
You gotta put the headsets on.
Ave Maria's playing there.
Wait a minute. I'll be interested to hear this. It's, so that went out to Radioland. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, swell. People don't know that the Catholic Church adopted that song, very much like the French adopted Charles Aznavour, despite the fact that he was Armenian. But it was written as a pop song. It was Schubert taking an episode out of a popular novel and saying, why, if I could come up with music to that, I'd have a big hit. And he did. He sold a lot of sheet music with it and got a lot of gigs.
Yeah. It's a nice song.
And it was conceived
I like the way you did it.
as a pop. Thank you.
Very nice.
We must run.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
thank you
Barry.
very much, and we bid your radio audience a cheerful Thanksgiving good night.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice. Be careful now. Okay. Very good. So, Michael.
I'm Michael.
I'm Michael.
There you have it.
Next up, we've got a newbie. So, again, Barry.
We're never going to get that last name if he didn't get the first one.
So Tim Ongst is,
Tim. Go ahead.
Well,
It's all good.
He's the leader of the music teacher at Lambertville Public Schools. So
Right.
He agreed to do a wonderful contribution. We'll let him tell us about it.
Well, Mike approached me last year. You gave me the CD last year. I
Yep.
thought it was wonderful. We talked about the holiday, the season, but to have all the local artists, because I love holiday music, and to have local artists and now be part of this community. I've only been in Lambertville. This is my second year now.
Oh, yeah?
And to be part of this community has been wonderful, and especially during any holiday.
Right.
Halloween was incredible.
Right.
Halloween's incredible over here.
Yeah.
And I say over here because I'm from the other side of the river, but
That's okay.
the Christmas season has been wonderful. I enjoy holiday music, so it's, when Mike asked me if there was anything I could contribute to the CD this year, I immediately thought of Yesu Bambino because we could use the children's chorus for it.
Sure.
How'd
How did you guys hook up?
Well, so my daughter Lola is a student at Lambertville Public
Oh,
Schools.
okay,
So when we do drop-offs in the morning, Tim often stands out in front, and so we talk.
Okay.
And that's how I'm always scheming and prowling for new contributors to the holiday CD.
Yeah.
And I thought, here's a mark.
It was a pleasure, and it was a great experience for the children.
Sure.
It was a wonderful experience. And by the way, make sure Lola shows up at the concert because she knows all the music,
Yeah.
all the words.
I will tell her.
Keep her healthy.
Yeah.
So the kids, how many kids you have working on this?
On this CD, we
Yeah.
had 16 original volunteers, but I think 15 were able to make it. We had to actually have a young girl who sings on Broadway
Oh, wow.
and was not able to attend the session, unfortunately, but she did volunteer.
And how did you get them to sing in a different language? Is that easy or hard?
Well, fortunately, it was only 3 words. It was only the 3 words that we had to worry about. But basically, before we even got together, before I even discussed it with them, I wrote it on the board, big black letters, and I just left it there for 2 weeks. So sort of like subliminally, it would get into their minds.
What were they?
Originally, it's from the Adeste Fideles, and that particular part where the children are singing is Venite adoremus, which means "Come, let us adore Him,"
Oh, okay.
and Domino, which
Oh, okay.
is God. So it was just those 3 words, and it was very curious to see how many came up and asked, "Why is that on the board? Why is that always on the board?" I kept saying, "You'll find out. You'll find out." So I used the 6th grade girls for this particular.
Did you tell them how to pronounce it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because that's a big thing if they can't pronounce it.
Absolutely.
Like me.
And how many rehearsals were involved?
The children gave up a lot of recess time.
Oh.
So it really has also worked out to be a community service project for them, too, because our 6th grade, in order for them to earn a trip to Washington, part of what they do is community service. They have so many hours of it. So this was also community service for them. But it was a big sacrifice for a recess for an elementary school child. It's huge.
Yeah. I'd say so.
And
It's huge.
The school was into it?
Absolutely,
I guess so.
yeah. They were very supportive of it. And it was, because it's a great experience for the children, and so I tried to get them out for a little bit of outside time. But yeah, they gave up after school to do the recording. And that was quite comprehensive as well.
And who accompanies you on guitar?
Interestingly, that's a friend of mine that I went to college with. I'm not going to say how long ago, but I had run into him just about a year or two back, and he started playing classical guitar.
Wow.
And I thought it would be nice to have this arrangement done with guitar. This particular song, we talked about all of these local artists coming up with new Christmas songs, coming with something original.
Right.
In 1917, this was an original kind of pop kind of song, believe it or not, and was able to stand the test of time and become a standard. It actually is a standard. Actually, we're probably more familiar with it as the English version of it, which is When Blossoms Flowered Amid the Snows. It's the same tune, but originally was written in Italian as Gesù Bambino. And it's been done by, it stood the test of time. It's been done by so many great artists. There's been so many great recordings of it. It's been done by so many different instrumental groups. So it lasted. And it's been, I've always treasured it.
Right.
Another nice surprise is hearing your voice, Tim. So, it's
a surprise to me, too. I haven't actually heard it in a long time.
But you really knock it out of the park with your vocals. Just wonderful.
Thank you.
What have you in your younger days or whatever? Have you played music? Have you sang?
Oh
opera?
Yeah, I was extensively opera. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And extensively in Europe, and I studied in Graz, Austria. I lived in Graz, Austria, and traveled there, and came back to the United States and settled down. I met my wife, and we had children, and that caused me to settle down a little bit. It's a lot of traveling.
Usually does.
A lot of traveling. It was a lot of fun, but it was also kind of a lonely life too.
Yeah, being on the road
constantly. Yes.
Touring Europe or just Australia or just
Europe?
Europe.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
Austria.
Actually,
not Australia.
Australia.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a little under the weather here.
Maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll get there.
Yeah.
Well, you ready to hear it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Nell'umile capanna, nel freddo e povertà, è nato il santo pargolo che il mondo adorerà. Osanna, Osanna, cantano con giubilante cor i tuoi pastori ed angeli, o Re di luce e amor. Bambino, non piangere, Redentor. La mamma tua collandoti ti baci, o Salvator. Osanna, Osanna, cantano con giubilante cor i tuoi pastori ed angeli, o Re di luce e amor. Venite, adoremus, venite, adoremus, venite.
spectacular.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
Really
Thank you.
nice.
What an incredible voice you have, Tim.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Thank you. Where did that come from? was that the Lord?
Came from the Lord, yeah. Up
Thank you.
there in the sky.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and it's so
we had-
great how you got those kids to.
Well,
sing
that was
too.
really the most fun for me is that most of us never really hear what our voice sounds like. We hear what we sound like
Right.
as we're speaking, even if we're singing. But to hear it played back, to hear it recorded, it can be quite shocking.
Oh yeah.
So the children hearing their voices,
Oh,
they were really critical of themselves. Actually, very highly critical of themselves, much more than I would be as their teacher. I thought it was absolutely beautiful, and it was the best we could do. And they worked really hard to do it, but they were just so
It wasn't
shocked.
an easy song either.
Not an easy song, and they knew that going in. They knew that it was challenging, and I was just over the moon. I just thought it was beautiful. I think there's such a lilt to it, and it's almost like they're laughing and playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's very beautiful. So they were just so highly critical, and I thought it came out wonderfully.
Where'd you record it?
We used Thunder Pumpkin, which with John
John
Sontag.
Sontag.
I went into the studio with the guitar player, and we laid down no, I'm talking lingo now, laying down tracks, which I never. Yeah, it's really neat. We laid down to tracks, right?
And his studio's here in Lambertville.
And right in Lambertville here, and I can't remember the street though. Clinton Street. Yeah, it's a nice studio. He does a great job, and he was really wonderful to work with because my guitar player is sort of inexperienced, and he was really nervous, and John was really wonderful with him.
You know, he's a super musician himself.
Yes, he is. He is.
And is his daughter on the
She
the
is
chorus?
Mary. Yes,
Uh-huh.
Mary's on there. He was wonderfully patient, very professional, a good time. And then the children were done at the school. We sealed off the stage, closed the curtains, sealed it off. Private session, like something the Beatles would have done.
Right.
You know, totally closed, closed to the public. And again, I spent probably a little over an hour working on it there because they were nervous. Once they got there and they saw what we were doing and then realized the scope of it,
Yeah.
they were nervous.
Was it hard for you to get
It's cute.
back in tune yourself? I mean, you sounded so professional.
I'm certainly a shower singer, so I'm not really that out of practice. And no, and then I sing all the time actually at school. Not necessarily operatically, but though I sing constantly all day long. Actually, it was actually a good question.
Every once in a while, I'll come up with a good one.
Yeah.
Well, I was a little nervous about the high note, but you know,
What note
You
is
got
that?
that one is an A.
Uh-huh.
It's an A. Normally I do the B flat.
Well, I give you an A+.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A is a hard note to
There
grab.
you go.
Hard one to grab.
Well, we have another track with children. The Birdhouse Center contributed. That's number 3. Do you want to tee that up, Rob? Is that easy to do? And what the Birdhouse Center, what Bronwyn and Justin do is, they teach music again here in Lambertville, and they assemble this group every year. And this year they have a medley of Scandinavian songs, so we've got another foreign language employed.
What's it called?
This is number 3.
What's it called?
NU. It's
NUAR?
Yeah, that's the first. It's Swedish,
Yeah.
and this.
Hold on a second,
yeah.
because it didn't get onto the machine. But I have 2 seconds.
Okay. The interesting thing is the instruments used in this track are the nickel harpa, is, which is a stringed instrument. You play it with a bow. And Bronwyn bills them, and she studied nickel harpa in Scandinavia. So she is like a nickel harpa powerhouse, right here in Lambertville. And her dad plays the foot bass, and which is you don't hear that every day.
Foot bass?
The foot bass. So he's using pedals,
Oh, yeah.
and so they'll be performing at the concert, which is the 19th. At the Birdhouse Center.
What age group of children is that?
I want to say elementary and middle school.
Okay.
But there might be some high school, and they have adults as well. But and then Justin is a guitarist, so of the Bronwyn and Justin couple, and it's just fantastic. And
One of them played the flute.
yeah, that do they have a flute? Yeah, they have a wood flute.
The wood flute.
Yeah.
I thought I'd heard
There are a
something.
lot of unusual instruments used on this CD.
I'd imagine so with all the musicians.
We've got
You're going to get
I
some
think
different
she
things
actually
going
makes
on.
her own nickel harpers too. She actually
does.
builds them.
She does.
Who's that?
Bronwyn.
Brownwin over at the
At the
Birdhouse.
birdhouse. Yeah, that's where I heard her.
it's incredible. So I did
Yeah.
find it. It was like hidden
Yeah.
in a weird place, but I have it now.
Number 3. Let's do it.
Okay.
Good Yule.
Good you.
Good Yule.
Good Yule, yeah.
Child.
How'd you get them to learn that song?
Well, I don't. Again, Bronwyn studied in Scandinavia, so I don't know how she and Justin persuade those those kids to play those exotic instruments.
Yeah.
But they do that, and then they
And the singing.
and then they sing too. And, it's fantastic. And so they'll probably kick off the concert on the 19th, and then and Tim and the girls' chorus will probably be right after them. So if anyone's interested, that's the Birdhouse Center, Wednesday the 19th at 7:30. That's when that show is. And the other concerts are, again, this Sunday's at the Elks Lodge and on Wilson Street, and that's from 2 to 4:30.
That's right.
And then Wednesday, December 12th at Havana in New Hope from 8 to 10:30.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's going to be a lot of action here in Lambertville.
A lot of
It's
action.
really beautiful.
And you have this information on Lambertville historicalsociety.org
Yep.
as well.
That's where people can order the CD, and we'll if you wanted the CD right now, you would go there to the website and you go to PayPal and fill it out, and we'll either mail it or drop it off at your doorstep. And then this weekend, the CD will be available at a number of venues: Lambertville Trading Company, Buck's Coffee, J.B. Klein Music, Turpot Cleaner, Blue Raccoon, and City Market. So that'll be this weekend. But if you want it right now,
That about covers it, yeah.
yeah, if you want it right now,
Yeah.
you go to the website, LambertvilleHistoricalSociety.org. And again, you can stream all these songs free through the website.
We've got another song queued up
That's
here.
Wednesday the 12th, December the 2nd, this Sunday, the 12th, and then Wednesday the 19th.
Well, yeah, and Rob, you mentioned the next song. So one of the fun things for me as an organizer is kind of partaking in the creativity, just vicariously. And here's what I mean. So back in September, I'm walking on the bridge outside of Stockton, and I get a call on my phone, and it's Chris Zake, who's a musician who lives here on Perry Street, and he is a wonderful guitarist. He's toured across the country with various acts over the years. So he calls and says, "Mike, is there still room on this CD? I had a dream the other night, and I woke up and I wrote this song.
Wow.
And we're going to set it down, but I need to know first, is there room?" I said, "There's room at the inn for you, Chris.
We're going to
There's
set
room."
it down.
And so
Music talk.
and sure enough, the first line of the song is "I had a dream the other night." But when he called, he was a little emotional about it, because he was in the song. His dream was about his parents when they were young and having Christmas, and he had that spirit coming through, and that's what holiday music can really bring, right?
Sure.
You know, it's not just great music, but there's family and memory and tradition, and so that's what this track, Rob, is all about. Number 15, They Had Joy. It's called the Brooks Brothers Band, and Chris Zake is the guitarist.
Okay, let's hear it.
A dream the other night, I went back in time to the place where my father came from. The snow was deep, it was cold, the mountains were high, the people drove horse-drawn sleighs. So poor but so joyful, it was Christmas time, you see, singing and dancing, such a happy place to be. Time you see, singing and dancing, such a happy place to be. In a dream the other night, I went back in time to the place where my mother came from. Bright lights, New York City, 1935, couldn't hide our troubles back then. Christmas time, you see, brothers and sisters dancing round the tree. Such a happy place to be. Now listen up, people, listen up. I had a dream the other night that I went back in time to a world that was living in peace.
It's very creative in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
I do that stuff in the middle of the night and it never comes out the same way, though.
Yeah, I don't have dreams like that.
It never quite sounds the same in the morning when I do it.
Chris, he's not just a great guitarist, he also works on gear. And what he did for that track is he had refitted a classic Sun amplifier from the 60s. Mm-hmm. And he was real excited about that, too. I got that on the phone as I was walking on in Stockton Bridge, too. After he told me about the dream, he told me about the amp.
Oh, yeah. What kind of an amp was it?
Sun, I think.
Sun
I think is what he said. So, yeah, they're playing this this Sunday at the Elks.
Okay.
And I think they're also playing at Havana on the 12th.
All right.
So, again,
great mix.
With this fundraiser, I get asked, what's it for again? So all the proceeds benefit the Lambertville Historical Society, and what we do is we maintain the Marshall House Museum on Bridge Street, and then we promote and encourage knowledge of history and architecture in town. And we got a lot of programs going on. Ranging from just to name a few, we're helping the city to preserve the old jail building in Sheridan Park, where we were at a city council meeting last night talking about the importance of Holcomb House, which is Washington headquarters, which is the house that's next to the Homestead Market, and how it needs to be perhaps landmarked and certainly preserved. That house goes back to 1733. Wow. We do events like right outside the window here. They do shad fishing every spring, and last year we did Steve Meserve, who runs the Lewis Fishery, gave us a demo of shad fishing. Fantastic. We for any students out there in high school, we've got a new $500 scholarship that we'll be promoting through the guidance office. We'll be encouraging students to ask questions about the 50s, 60s, or 70s, and we'll get folks who lived here in Lambertville during those years to answer those questions, and they could present them back to us. So that's and then another initiative that we're working on is we're partnering, hopefully, with the Lambertville Hall, which is the Bucks County Playhouse kind of annex. It's there at the Old Baptist Church. We're developing an oral history and storytelling project. So we're always looking to partner, whether it's with Hunterdon County or the city of Lambertville, and we always get a lot of help. And what the nice thing about the Historical Society is we're a platform to bring people together, and it's for something that everyone respects. And the thing about Lambertville as a town is that its historic character is paramount. We're known for our historic character, and we're a historical society, so it all
works out really well.
It all works out, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we're just about out of time, and just want to thank you all for coming.
We did run out of time, but I promised them we'd play one more song.
Well, so the last song what we'll do is track 21, and so Laurie Vosberg, for many years is known for her country rock, and she has a great band. And what I like about this song, it was done by Alabama, a country group, and it's a great performance. But they're calling out different cities in the United States, and listen for what's the last town that she's going to call out at the end of this song. Let's guess. And you know what? Lambertville is right there, right next to New York City, Atlanta, L.A. So that's a nice way to go out on that note. So track 21.
Yep, and we're going to play that, and let's just say goodbye now, Vinny, and we'll just play out on the song.
Thanks, Vinny.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.
Pleasure, man. Thank you guys for coming and sharing. And this is In the Green Room, PANJ Radio. We're going to go out with a song, and peace to you.
By now in New York City, there's snow on the ground, and out in California, the sunshine's falling down, and maybe down in Memphis, Graceland's all in lights, and Atlanta, Georgia, there's peace on earth tonight. Christmas in Dixie, it's snowing in the pines. Merry Christmas from Dixie to everyone tonight. It's windy in Chicago, the kids are out of school, there's magic in Motown, the city's on the move. In Jackson, Mississippi, to Charlotte, across the nation, it's peaceful Christmas time. Christmas in Dixie, it's snowing in the pines. Merry Christmas from Dixie to everyone tonight. Christmas in Dixie, it's snowing in the pines. Merry Christmas from Dixie to everyone tonight. And from Lambertville, New Jersey,